to the point. Let's continue our discussion on miniature paintings in India. In this session, we'll be dealing with the miniature art during Delhi Sultanate and Mughal era miniature paintings. So, miniature art during Delhi Sultanate. So, these paintings, it tried to bring together Persian elements of their origin with Indian traditional elements. So, the Delhi Sultanate people, they gave the preference to illustrated manuscripts, and one of the finest examples of this period is Nimatnama. It is a book on cookery. So, during this period, Nazir Shah, he ruled over Mandu, and this manuscript, it shows a synthesis of indigenous and Persian styles as well. So, apart from this style, that is the Persian style, another style called Lodi Khuladhar, it was also prevalent during these times, and it followed in many of the Sultanate dominated regions between Delhi and Jaunpur. So, this Lodi Khuladhar style, it also became the basis of Sultanate formulae, and later 3 major styles also emerged and that dominated the medieval landscape. They are Mughal, Rajput and Deccan, and they took from the Sultanate precedents, but they developed their own individuality style of paintings. Mughal era miniature paintings. The paintings made during the Mughal period, it had a very distinct style, and the drawings were from Persian antecedents. So, there was a change in color palette, themes as well as forms. The focus, it shifted from depicting the god to glorifying the ruler and showing the life of the ruler, that is a king. They also focused on hunting scenes, historical events and other court related paintings. The Mughal paintings, they combined, that is, they brought together Persian natural style with the opulence of the great dynasty, and they created a very beautiful folios. So, this Mughal era miniature paintings, in this painting, they were very unique because of the use of brilliant colors, and the painters, they were supposed to concentrate on ensuring the accuracy of line drawing. Except religious paintings, the Mughals were known for their diverse themes. Mughal era, they made only miniature paintings, and the illustration in the paintings, they are considered as the most unique paintings in the world. They also introduced the technique of foreshortening to the Indian painters' repertoire. Under this technique, objects were drawn in a way that looked closer and smaller than they really are. The styles of paintings under the successive rulers are early Mughal painters, followed by Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. During the period of each king, different styles of painting emerged. Early Mughal painters. So, Babur established the Mughal dynasty after fighting a number of series of wars. So, Babur did not have much time to commission paintings and all those things, but he was very patronized towards the Persian artist called Behzad. Behzad, he made some illustrations of Mughal family tree. Humayun, he was a great patron of arts, and he came to the throne at a very young age. Humayun was interested in paintings and building beautiful monuments, but his atelier, he was disrupted. Why? Because he lost the throne to Sher Shah Suri and he was exiled to Persia. And when he was at the Shah Abbas court in Persia, he acquired the services of two main painters called Abdus Samad and Mir Said Ali, who came back with him after he won his throne back and established the Mughal dynasty in India. After winning the battle, and once he got back to India, to his throne back, he came along with these two painters, Abdus Samad and Mir Said Ali. These artists, they were responsible for bringing Persian influence in Mughal paintings, and they created many successful illustrated albums. And during Akbar's period, they created an illustrated manuscript called Tutinama, which means tale of a parrot or a story of a parrot. Akbar was responsible for establishment of an entire department that is devoted to paintings and the scribbling of his documents. Akbar established a formal artistic studio and he called it as Tasveer Khana. Remember the word Tasveer Khana. It is a formal artistic studio established by Akbar. In Tasveer Khana, the artists were hired on salary basis and they developed their own styles. Akbar looked upon painting as a means of study and amusement, and he believed that the painting could show a demeanor of the subject, and he regularly gave awards to those painters who created a lifelike images. Akbar, he also recognized the beauty of those Indian artists who had worked for previous rulers, and he invited them to work in Tasveer Khana. And from then on, Indian influence started in Mughal paintings. The defining features of paintings in Akbar's period are the use of three-dimensional figures and the continued use of foreshortening. The artists, they encouraged the use of calligraphy in the paintings, and one of the most distinguishing feature of this period was the transformation of a popular art to the court art. That is, the artist, he was more focused at depicting the scenes of court life than the life of masses, or we can say a regular life was not much focused. Famous painters of this period include Daswant, Basavan and Keshu. Daswant, Basavan and Keshu. And the prominent manuscripts during Akbar's period are Tutinama, Hamzanama, Anwar-e-Suhaili and Gulistan of Sadi. Jahangir. So during the period of Jahangir, the Mughal painting was very famous. Jahangir, he was naturalist by nature and he preferred the paintings of flora and fauna, like birds, animals, trees and flowers. He was very emphasized on bringing the naturalism to portrait paintings. And one of the unique trends that developed in this period was a decorated margins around the paintings. Jahangir, he himself was a good artist and he had his own private workshop for paintings. His workshop, it mostly had a created miniature paintings, and the most famous artist from his period was Ustad Mansur. He was an expert in drawing the features of a very complex faces. An animal fable called Ayar-e-Dhanish means touchstone of knowledge. It was illustrated during the period of Jahangir. Shah Jahan. The tenor of Mughal paintings, it changed rapidly in the period of Shah Jahan. Unlike his father and grandfather, who liked the naturalist paintings, Shah Jahan liked to create artificial elements in his paintings. So it is said that he tried to reduce the liveliness of the paintings and to bring an unnatural stillness, as he was inspired by European influence. Shah Jahan, he brought a change in the technique of drawing and painting from the earlier period, and he escaped the use of charcoal to draw, and he encouraged the artist to draw and sketch using pencil. He also ordered them to increase the use of gold and silver in the paintings. Shah Jahan, he also liked bright color palettes as compared to his forefathers. Hence, we can say that the Mughal atelier, which means a studio, it was enlarged during his reign, but it changed a lot in the style as well as in the technique. Aurangzeb, he did not encourage painting. As a result of this, large number of Mughal court painters, they started migrating to provincial courts in Rajasthan and so on. And hence, during the period of Aurangzeb, there was a sharp decline in the activities of painting. So in the next session, let's discuss about regional schools of art like Rajasthani School of Painting. Thank you.